Plenty of news to get to coming out of Washington today, and joining us now to discuss our political panelist, Erin Elmore, Executive Director of USA Strong. Welcome to the program. Also welcoming in Ted Harvey, Chairman of the Committee to Defend the President. Okay, great to see you both here. A lot of action going in on Congress as we wrap up the year 2020. As of today, though, it's still unclear if those $2,000 payments would pass the Senate. They passed in the House, and now all eyes are on the Senate here. Bernie Sanders, as we know, threatened to filibuster the defense bill unless the Senate allows a vote on the $2,000 stimulus payments. I'll show you what he tweeted, saying this week on the Senate floor, Mitch McConnell wants to vote to override Trump's veto of the $740 billion defense funding bill and then head home for the new year. I'm going to object until we get a vote on legislation to provide a $2,000 direct payment to the working class, end quote. Erin, I'll go to you. How do you predict this playing out?
Well, if nothing else, it'll be a joy to watch Bernie Sanders speak for hours upon hours now, won't it? But he is actually not wrong here. The American people do deserve to see this stimulus money. The best thing that the American people could see is that the Democrat-run cities opening those cities and stimulating the economy naturally, but we already know that they're playing politics and they're not going to do that. But back to Bernie Sanders, look, he's actually looking out for the American people. If you read that 5,500 plus page bill, there's money for Pakistan to build a wall. Yes, you heard that right. Not Pakistan, rather, sorry, on the Syrian border. Pakistan, women's rights, all of this money, this pork, if you will, is going overseas. What about the American people? We have to protect the people in our country who are struggling before the lobbyists get to dig into the pockets of the American people and take what they need for their home countries. It's ridiculous, and Bernie Sanders is not wrong.
Well, Ted, are looking out for the best interest of Americans, as you say, when they're supporting these efforts to spend all this money and send it overseas.
That's absolutely right. Listen, the Democrats and the Republicans have more in common in terms of in Washington. You think we've heard of the swamp? We already know that the GOP was never a fan of Donald Trump. They wanted to keep it lockstep and keep a traditional Republican in office so they could get the next job and the next job and the next job and just keep Washington running under business as usual. All these politicians really want to do is spend like drunken sailors. What we really need, and Marsha Blackburn just said it yesterday, I believe, from the great state of Tennessee, we need term limits. So these politicians can't line their pockets and they really care about the constituents. They should really have to care about the people in their home states that need help as opposed to special interest in, corporations who have money.
Well, you mentioned Senator head to Georgia, Don Jr., Ivanka Trump. They've been down to Georgia. The president is set to pay a visit as well and host a rally. Erin, how much do you think his presence in the Peach State could impact the results of the election there?
Look, we know that President Trump knows how to draw a crowd and garner enthusiasm. Let's hope that his enthusiasm translates into people getting out there and voting on January 5th. Let's also hope that this is a free and fair election. Let's pray that we have transparency on January 5th. Let's pray that we have poll watchers that are going to be doing what's right. We want this process to be completely fair. We want the president to be there, of course, getting the people excited and really cheering on Georgia, because really the future of our country is on the line here.
Okay, you say it's on the line there. I'll just give you about 30 seconds to sort of describe what you think is really at stake in these Georgia runoff races.
Well, if you're asking me, I think we just spoke about it before. This is democracy and the Constitution versus socialism. We want secure borders. We don't want open borders. We believe in America as it was created by our founding fathers. We don't want 3 new states. We don't want cheating. We don't want socialism. We want charter schools. We want our states to reopen. We want limited government. We want freedom of speech. We want to see not big tech running the world. We want the American people to run the world. We don't want a president who is beholden to China. We want more of our antibiotics made in the United States as opposed to 97% which are made in China right now. We know that Joe Biden is in bed with the Communist Chinese Party. I just want to see America be restored and have flags flying in every lawn across America, supporting our troops and standing for the national anthem. And the only way that this is going to happen is if we see those 2 seats stay Republican in Georgia on January 5th.
All right. Some